and welcome to another episode of PiliPili Spices Season 2 with your girl KayBlair from Downtown World. Don't waste no time with negativity, and representing for our kings from PiliPili Spices. And I'm just back here again because honestly, I love this brand. I love the flavor it brings. As I said before in season 1, it's not a salt-based seasoning. It really brings out the flavors and what you're trying to bring and bring that vibe. And we're all about the vibe. So today, I am really excited to be making some savory shrimp tacos. So I'm gonna show you how to do that at home. So first off, when we start cooking today, because obviously I'm not in my home kitchen, I'm wearing gloves, but please make sure to wash your hands, okay? And always just handy, because we're dealing with poultry and seafood today. Today it's seafood. I would always have the vinegar just right here with me with the cap off already. And that just kind of like minimalizes the amount of bacteria spreading that you would have in the kitchen in terms when it comes to like seafood and poultry. So that's just me, not forcing it on you, but that's what it is. When I cook, I kind of like to have everything done at the same time. You don't want to, like, it's the worst thing when you go to a restaurant or something, you have some parts of the food hot, some of it cold. So you definitely want everything to just come correct, proper, as it's supposed to be. So with these shrimp tacos, you should know by now, shrimp takes nothing of a quick time to cook, okay? If it's a C, it's perfect. If it's O, it's too much, okay? So shrimp is pretty much kind of almost the last thing you want to put in the pan, but we're definitely gonna have a coleslaw, like lettuce slaw kind of in the tacos today. And I'm gonna show you guys just how I savor and flavor my tacos if I kind of just feel like, not that I don't have too much in the kitchen, because we definitely have more than enough with our PiliPili spices today, and that's gonna give it all the flavor it needs. But if you're in the fridge and you're not breading it, you don't wanna have, sometimes, you know, right now I've been really conscious about my weight. So I've been thinking about things like tempura and breading and what that does to the shrimp, and like that kind of like rising that wheat will do to your stomach. So today we're just gonna keep the shrimp fresh and just fill the PiliPili natural spices with our natural vegetables, cabbage, coleslaw, and we're gonna make it all work, and the funnel cake will be your treat for being good with the tacos. Hey guys, welcome back. Let me take a quick sip. That's some good shit. Okay, so I kind of cheated on you guys, but I will let you know everything that happened behind the scenes. So the shrimp that we had was peeled, but I know sometimes you'll see the whole array of shrimp that's in the grocery store and you'll be like, what shrimp to get? Best bet is to get the gray one, because at least you have a bit more room to cooking, where the red one is already cooked. You only have room to really probably dash a little bit of seasoned Himalayan salt from PiliPili spices on it, where the raw shrimp, you have more of a chance to like shell it, get all your flavors in that you want, and then doing what you want from there. So we had some raw shrimp that we worked with today that was peeled. We unpeeled and took out the poo. Now, a lot of you guys will be like, ew, why would you say that? But if you look at the top part of your shrimp, you'll sometimes see chefs take a knife and they kind of do it really quick, but that's just to get out like kind of like the intestines of the shrimp. And it's not a huge deal, but I'm kind of like a stickler for those things, so that is an extra step that I do. Now, right now, the vinegar has currently turned a kind of light pink color because I put it into room temperature water with vinegar, because I am an advocate of washing, as I said, your poultry and seafood. So I've been having this in the shrimp. We're just going to lightly strain out this shrimp water, which was in the white vinegar, just getting off kind of like most of that bacteria, all of that. I'm just gonna kind of swim it around, making sure that my water never leaves or goes over room temperature, because then that's basically cooking your shrimp. It's really like sensitive, if that makes any sense. We're just gonna swish it around, don't mind the bubbles, that is okay. You're just gonna wanna make sure you get off all that vinegar, water off. You don't wanna make it too acidic for when you're enjoying your yummy, savory shrimp taco. So I'm satisfied with the amount that I've washed the shrimp. I'm just gonna turn off my tap here. And for some, you have your option, okay? For some, you'll want to strain this, then put it on a full plate, a wooden board, put down your paper towel, pat dry your shrimp. For some, you'll put it in the bowl, pat dry your shrimp. The point is, you want your shrimp dry. I'm just comfortable enough with the PiliPili seasonings and everything that I'm gonna be doing here today that I'm not like worried about it being watery or not giving me what it needs to give. So right now I'm gonna grab some paper towel to just lightly dab the shrimp off the excess water. That's mostly what you want off. And then we're gonna get into my favorite part, which is adding the correct PiliPili seasonings to make the perfect Taco Tuesday, taco night, just tacos, period. Hey guys, and we're back. So now we have our shrimp as dry as possible, room temperature, ready for my favorite part, which is adding our PiliPili seasonings and adding all that flavor and richness we need to make sure that in every bite of this taco, we're getting flavor and we're getting everything that we need. So one of my favorite go-tos, as I said, with PiliPili, I love the fact that it's not salt-based. You're getting more flavor, more than just a bunch of sodium, just making you look all like big and all this stuff for no reason. Not that anything's wrong with that, but you get what I'm saying health-wise. So right here, I have the all-purpose PiliPili seasoning with no salt, okay? And in this bowl right here, we have about, I wanna say 2 pounds, no, that's a boost. Probably like 1.5 pounds of shrimp, okay? It's 1 pack of shrimp, what the average amount would be when you buy it at your grocery store. And I wanna make sure that every inch of this shrimp is covered in seasoning, okay? So don't be afraid of it, it's up to you. But to me, right now, we're gonna add 1/4 of all-purpose, no salt PiliPili seasonings to this shrimp. So I'm gonna open my pack here, and I'm just gonna simply fill in. And when you're seasoning your food, most of the times there is a seasoning that you know is gonna take over most of the flavor or like the idea of what you're trying to cook, right? Pretty much, you don't want every seasoning to be at the same level. You're gonna have a main seasoning that you want to be like the kicker, okay? And this all-purpose seasoning is great because it adds just great flavor all around. And I'm making sure it gets on every inch of this shrimp, and we haven't even mixed it in yet. Look how amazing that looks. And that's 1/4 all-purpose no salt PiliPili seasoning. So now that we have our all-purpose PiliPili seasonings coated so beautifully all over our raw shrimp, peeled shrimp, I am now going to add 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters of thyme. Now you may say, why would I add thyme to the shrimp? Because thyme has a way, if you notice, when you're making things like rice or whatever, you always have to add a leaf that will help to just bring out the natural essence of everything else you have. And in a sense, I also feel like it just, the same way how you would add garlic or ginger to everything that you cook, that holy trinity, because it just helps to bring out the flavor, thyme is one of those things. And don't worry, I did not forget the cilantro nor the parsley. So next, we have the pink sea salt from PiliPili Spices, preferably my favorite, but he also does have the white table salt if you do prefer. Now, as you remember, I made sure to specifically say the seasonings that I've added this far are no salt. Because why? I knew I was going to add pink sea salt. And sometimes with foods like tofu, if you're a vegan, shrimp, things that absorb flavor, you do not want to add too many things with salt. Because when you are done cooking and you're tasting that food and you're like, that is what's happening. It's like a sponge soaking up everything you're putting into it. So think of it that way. So with this pink sea salt, we're gonna take our time, okay? Because we really don't need a lot. And preferably for me when I'm cooking, as I said, I love natural flavors. More than ever are we thinking about natural things, natural flavors, things to not make us be so artificial flavoring. So in that sense, we don't need that much salt because all these other natural things that the earth gives us is gonna be great along with the natural PiliPili seasonings that we use. So right here, I have the 1/2 teaspoon, which is 5 milliliters, okay? And that is what I'm going to add right now to this 1.5 pound of shrimp. I find with I don't know, you guys can tell me at home when you're watching this later, but I find that pink sea salt has a lot of flavor. A lot of flavor. And you don't need a lot right away. You'll be surprised. So I'm really happy that we added in that pink sea salt. And now, as my secret surprise, I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I'm even like sharing this with you guys right now, because this is like the kicker, you know? Some people have their things that they just make it that, you know? And when you hear people like Rick Ross, which shout out to my top 5 favorite rappers, you know, talk about these things, that lemon pepper, baby. Let me tell you, that PiliPili seasonings, lemon pepper, the truth, okay? Now, this one has a bit of salt in it. So, as you know, we already added, how much? That's right, a teaspoon of pink sea salt. So, we're gonna take our time with this kicker, but we're going to add the same teaspoon, half teaspoon, which is 5 milliliters of lemon pepper. And I know it's a taco, it's a shrimp, it's a lime thing, and that is why this is a kicker. I'm breaking all the rules. So let's zoom in on that lemon pepper. I want you to see. So you see those white, extra chunky flakes? That's that amazing PiliPili salt in there. And everything else is that lemon pepper. So that's why we don't need a lot. We're gonna gently sprinkle that over. And, you know, for our spice lovers out there, I'm not gonna go too hard. All right, so guys, I'm gonna remind you what we have going on in all this goodness. And remember, we have a whole bunch of shrimp. Look at the depth of this bowl, okay? We got our all-purpose, no salt PiliPili seasoning submerging over all this delicious shrimp. We got our thyme. We have our pink Himalayan sea salt. We have our thyme. And right now, as I said, we have our kicker, and I'm not gonna say it again. You gotta rewind and watch what it was, because it was a secret I shouldn't have even given, okay? So now we're going to add our last things. And as I said, for my spice lovers, I did not forget you. I'm not gonna go too crazy because not everyone loves spice in this room today, but I really do love Cajun seasoning. And I know that pepper isn't for everyone, but I feel like in terms of everything that's going on, pepper, as I know, medically speaking, has always been good for things like inflammation, when they speak about ginger, all those types of things. So Cajun never hurt nobody, all right? So we're gonna get a healthy amount of Cajun in there. And I think I'm gonna bump it up to a full teaspoon right here, and that's 5 milliliters, okay? And we're gonna add that Cajun spice. And I might have went a bit over, but that's okay. That's okay. And we're gonna sprinkle that over. Perfect. And last but not least, I don't know if it's the Jamaican in me or what, but black pepper is about to be on like everything that I just had. Your fried egg, your whatever. It's just a black pepper thing. So obviously the go-to is PiliPili spices, black pepper. And you can never have enough black pepper, in my opinion. I know my mother, I believe her, is always talking about black pepper and it not being really good, like as you get older, but I believe in PiliPili spices. They would not steer me wrong. So we are going to add 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters. Remember, we have about 1.5 pounds of shrimp in here. So you wanna see those black dots, if that helps your brain a bit, on every shrimp, okay? So, and let me tell you something about black pepper. As a black pepper connoisseur, I love to specifically get those black peppers where you grind it out, because you get those really beautiful large flakes that aesthetically make your plate. But these are like the perfect medium sizes. When you smell that, let me not smell it too hard because I'll sneeze, but like you can just smell the ground black pepper, and it's just so fresh and natural. So shout outs to black pepper and PiliPili spices. Let's put this on the shrimp. Now, I want you to take a good look into this bowl. And you're probably like, hey, I thought you said eat fruit, mind your business. I thought you said health is life. Why can I not see the shrimp and I see a whole bunch of PiliPili spices on top? Let me tell you something. You chat too much. Just watch. We're gonna get this done. I got you. All right, guys, so we have all my favorite PiliPili seasonings. I might have added some off camera, might have not. You just never know. You just gotta make this at home and just tell me if it's bang bang boogie. Let's go. So right now, usually if you're afraid of your hands or whatever, you can use a tong, you can use something. But today, you know, I wanna make this with a lot of love. I wanna make sure everything is as evenly coated as possible. So I'm just gonna take my hand and I'm gonna lightly toss through all of this shrimp. And I know you thought the shrimp was gone. I know you didn't believe me, but look at that. Oh, and look at that. Do you see a shrimp without seasoning? I heard that. I don't think so. Every shrimp has seasoning on it. Look at all that flavor. Look at all of that goodness. I don't see any water dripping. I just see PiliPili spices doing what it's supposed to do to make sure I have the best taco night I can have. And that to me is some properly seasoned shrimp. Like if I was Caucasian, I would probably just take this and like eat it right now, but for later. Hey guys, and we now have had our shrimp fully seasoned with our favorite PiliPili flavors. And with the PiliPili flavors, the perfect pair is a lot of things from the earth, okay? So if you are Jamaican, shout outs to my Jamaican people out there. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, shameless plug. But we are going to have, we call this right here, pear. And if you're from anywhere else in the world, it is avocado, okay? And we are definitely gonna add this with our tacos today, okay? Because that will add a nice, soft, healthy, flat, nice texture in our tacos. As well, I can never have a taco without tomatoes in it. I don't know about y'all. So we're definitely gonna dice those up. As well, of course, I always talk about that holy trinity. So onions, garlic, loves of my life. In this taco, I'll be nice to our guests. So we're just gonna put onions, the green onion in it tonight. You're more than welcome to use Spanish onion, purple onion, whatever onions you like. Just tonight, I'm using green onion, okay? Now, I know the Mexicans out there are like, girl, you cannot have a taco without these bad boys right here, which is lime. And as well, sorry, I'm a huge advocate of like alkaline water and things. I'm not saying one is for one thing, but for my people that look like me and have this thing in their body called alkaline, if you're at home and you don't have a filter or you don't have money to buy certain expensive waters, don't stress it. You can go to the grocery store, places that I will not say because they did not pay us tonight, but you can go and get your lime for $3 for $1, $2 for $1, and you can thinly slice it in your water and that will make it alkaline as well, okay? So let's get into it. So I'm just setting my other things to the side here. Don't worry about it. As I said, when I cook, I am able to make that happen another way. Fun tip, if you are into gardening like myself, when I cut onions like this at home, this end right here, usually when you get it at the grocery store, don't throw it away. If you have a bit of soil, you have a small pot that you can put it into, you can place this into it and grow a fresh new batch for what? Free $99. All right, so I'm gonna place that there just in case PiliPili spices change their mind. Ooh, this knife is so sexy. Do you hear that? And we're just gonna thinly slice our green onion. That is gonna go and pair so perfectly and nicely with our shrimp tacos. Now, as I'm cutting this, at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was gonna make this green onion just be fresh and as it is, and just add it as a topping to our shrimp. But for whatever reason, my spirit right now is just telling me I gotta add this beautiful, nicely chopped green onion directly to these PiliPili spices. And in previous times when cooking with these spices, I've just found that when you add natural flavors to his seasonings, it just brings out the flavors that are already in the PiliPili seasonings more. Like it enhances the flavor. It already brings out what's in there. It's just giving what it's supposed to give. That's the best I can tell you. So I'm gonna quickly just grab my bowl of shrimp that I had here on the side. Don't stress it if you didn't have it closed. I'm just, as I said, for me, I'm not a chef, but it's really hard for me to cook like recipe based because I cook based on a feeling. That's how it is. So I'm just gonna scoop up this onion here. Ooh, you know what? I won't even do that to you. I want you to see how this hits this color. So you see what the shrimp is now. And we're gonna take this beautiful chopped green onion. We're just gonna add it on top there. I'm just gonna use this knife to help you scoop it up and add it in here. Okay, so now we have all the red green onion, and I'm not worried about it being mixed in because once I turn on that frying pan to saute this savory shrimp and get it all ready, the onion, everything will caramelize and perfectly blend together. Trust me. Hey guys, so we've seasoned our shrimp, we've prepped all of our garnishments for tonight, and what I love about tacos, there's so much diversity. You're not specified to one thing. Just make sure you have your limes, make sure you have some sort of green cilantro, parsley. Cilantro is usually the preferred. We have just chopped up some spinach here. And spinach I love because I have it with salads. I have it as my lettuce substitute in most of the things that I have these days. And as well, spinach is a perfect source of iron. If you're low on iron or you're feeling kind of weakish, ladies, you know when that time comes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We need more iron. So things like spinach is really great for you. So don't ever be stingy on the spinach. And as well, we have some diced tomato there because, as we said, we just love combining as much fresh fruits and flavors, because tomato is a fruit, with our shrimp and natural PiliPili seasonings with that onion that's gonna caramelize and do its thing, okay? So right now, we are about to prep our coleslaw. Now, a lot of you guys probably haven't seen coleslaw done like this before. And I know the typical recipe where you have your mayo, you have your vinegar, you have your little bit of sugar, and you put that all in and you mix it up and it's all goodness. But I don't know if this is a cheat code or what, but I gotta add in this Caesar dressing into the PiliPili seasonings. But before I start, I find with coleslaw, it's always kind of good to add in your dry seasonings first before you add in your wet, because when you add the wet, obviously everything just starts to kind of melt and modify. So I'm gonna take my favorite, once again, this black pepper PiliPili seasoning, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. And right here we have, I wanna say 2.5 cups of coleslaw, okay? Now this isn't Bible, you can do it however you want. Some people use purple cabbage, some people whatever. Today we just used what we had in the fridge, and today I had some cabbage, just diced up carrot, some strings of purple cabbage in there, make it all good. So we're gonna take now, as I said, this 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters of black pepper. We love our PiliPili black pepper. And we're just gonna sprinkle that in there, all right? And for those of you, you can use it as you want, but personally, as I said, when I cook, I just love a lot of flavor. So I know what I'm kind of getting to work. Now, most Caesars already do have black pepper seasoning in it, but as I said, there's something about this PiliPili seasoning that just really, really makes me just want to add more. So we're not going to be stingy. We're not going to be mean with it. We want to give it all it needs to be given. So yes, we're going for the big boys. I'm going to take this 3rd cup, which is 85 milliliters, okay? And we're going to fill this with our Caesar dressing. And remember how much I said I had in this bowl, so we're gonna get this out. And yes, it's probably better to use a spoon or a fork and dish it out, but I'm Kay and I do things a difficult way, I guess. So we're gonna take this, and I already have a kind of spatula here. I'm going to use it to scoop out right into our cabbage. Now, the thing with coleslaw is there's plenty of ways to make coleslaw, but you never want to add too much cabbage. You never want to add too much mayo. You never want to add too much of that base sauce you're going to add to make the cabbage the creamy goodness that you want it to. Now, with tacos, you do have the option of leaving the cabbage as is or mixing it with someone. But as I said, I'm all about that flavor and that kick, and I really want to give everyone a full experience. Now, back to this sauce that we're adding in along with the black pepper. You can see how amazing that looks. I hope that it's the same to you guys at home, but to me, and the things that I personally like at home when I'm pigging out and I want something quick, this is just hitting. Now, you never want to add too much dressing. So we started off with our 85 milliliters, and now after mixing it, I'm saying to myself, I can add a little bit more. So I'm gonna take that risk. Okay guys, we're gonna take that dive, as Trey Songz would say, and I'm gonna go for the quarter, which is 65 milliliters, okay? And I'm gonna add that in. So we already added 85, and now I'm adding 65, okay? Let's knock that out, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I see. I'm gonna take my spatula again with my 65 mil. I'm gonna scoop that out into this yummy looking cabbage, and we're gonna mix it up. And as I said already, which is what I told you and I warned you about when it comes to this PiliPili seasoning, black pepper seasoning, is it does what it's supposed to do. Look at those flakes. Look at that color. Look at that aesthetic. All of that, that's PiliPili. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I wish you guys were here right now to smell this, because this seasoning is giving. And cabbage doesn't tend to make you a little bit gassy, but paired with the right things, you'll have an okay experience, okay? And this is how I wanna see my cabbage. Not drenched, not dripping, not oversaturated, but just evenly coated. And I know you thought it was a lot about the black pepper, but as you can see, that black pepper is evenly coated all throughout this cabbage, and it's gonna add the right amount of kick. And if you remember before with the shrimp, we added the Cajun, so it's gonna like do what it's supposed to do, believe me. Okay, so right now you can see our 2 tablespoons of butter is starting to melt to perfection. Some of our onions cheated and got in there beforehand. That's okay. So now I'm just gonna gently and carefully put all this perfectly seasoned PiliPili shrimp in, along with our green onion that I decided last minute to caramelize because I'm extra. Oh my God, I wish you guys could smell this right now. It barely got in the pan and it's already doing everything that it needs to do. I don't have to add anything to the pan. I just need to keep moving it around and making sure everything is evenly cooked. That shrimp is in there, that green onion is in there, all those PiliPili spices. Remember, we put our Cajun, we put our black pepper, we put our all-purpose no salt seasoning, and we put our secret stash where you're gonna have to rewind and watch because I'm not gonna say it again. You just have to know what that secret ingredient was. And I eat fruit and mind my business, so best believe I won't be saying that again. So I'm just gonna continue to let that cook up. I'm gonna turn the stove just a little bit higher. In the meantime, while the shrimp is sizzling and doing its thing, and we have our tortillas. Not everyone likes their tortillas warm or hard. I like it with a little bit of warmth above room temperature, just so that everything kind of ties in for me, because the cabbage is in the fridge, it's cool, like all these layers together. So as you can see with our shrimp, we're gonna check back in. I haven't mixed it around because I wanted you to see, when you put shrimp first in, you're gonna see some of this. That's your gravy, that's your seasonings boiling up, that's your onion caramelizing. That's all that flavor getting to know each other, all right? So we're gonna just continue putting that all together, all around, until I am satisfied. Not for everyone, but I kind of just like everything, sometimes maybe overdone, but I just prefer it that way to make sure everything is evenly cooked, and we're gonna get that all together. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so we have our shrimp here smelling amazing. My onions are caramelized to my liking, and we have a bit of a gravy. Don't be alarmed by that because I added the butter as a base. I didn't have a huge frying pan that would allow it the room to fry and get that crispiness. I kind of wanted that savory shrimp taco flavor. I wanted to make sure everything stayed within. So to be honest, this base that I even made today, if you were to boil some pasta at home, if you were to, I don't know, have a taco, have a tortilla, whatever you want. If you're greedy, you just want bread or crackers, you can honestly make this paste, add it into your pasta or whatever, and make it a whole experience. It's just today we're putting it in tacos, PiliPili style. So right now, we're gonna take off the shrimp fresh off the stove, and we're gonna put it right here to rest. The shrimp is ready. If anything, it's almost overdone because I used a bit of a high temperature when I was cleaning the shrimp, so it already made the shrimp kind of like cook a bit. Shrimp is very sensitive. Picture like your most sensitive partner in your mind, and it will be shrimp, okay? You can't talk to her too tough. You can't touch her too hard. She's just gonna be like, don't touch me, just leave me as I am. That's shrimp, okay? So we have our shrimp ready. We got our fake cilantro, aka spinach, which is high on iron. We got our lime, which is high in alkaline. We got our avocado, which is amazing fat for you. And we have our fruit tomato, which we love in ketchup. And we got our PiliPili seasoned cabbage coleslaw here, okay? So I'm just gonna take out our tortillas and we can get to plating. Cheers to you. This is the best part. We made it. We're at the end. This is the plating. We're gonna add all of our beautiful natural earth flavors, plus our beautiful PiliPili seasoned butter-based savory shrimp, and we're gonna plate it all and make it a wonderful experience. Toast to the good life. So everybody has their own particular way about how they like to get their taco ready. I am really greedy and I ain't got time for all the fake shit. So this is what we gonna do. There's a bit of gravy in here. So there's some people that are pro gravy and some people that aren't. I'm gonna make this one as best as I can for someone that is anti-gravy. Now, we use a small size shrimp, so by the time it's finished cooking, it will look like an extra small because, as you know, shrimp shrinks in size, okay? So I'm placing about 10 smaller shrimp with bits of gravy in the center of this tortilla that is warmly toasted in the oven with a mixture of our caramelized onions that I decided last minute to add in there instead of making it fresh because I knew I had the spinach to back it up, all right? Now, we have soft. You got medium hard, you got soft. So what do we wanna do next? Add that cabbage. It's gonna give that crunch. So you can use tongs, you can use whatever. Just because I know I'm the one in the kitchen and everything is clean and good to go, I'm gonna take my hand. We're gonna get caveman style. And I'm gonna take this cabbage and gently sprinkle it over. Now, I'm trying to remind myself that this isn't for me because I'm greedy, it is for others. So you add as much cabbage as you like. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life, all right? Now, we got our hard, we got our soft, we got kind of hard again. What do you wanna do? Add some soft. So I'm gonna take our lovely healthy fat, which is avocado, and I'm gonna place 3 strips. Now, you are welcome to add as much as you want. Don't let nobody fat shame you, because why? This is healthy fat. Then we're gonna take our tomato and we're gonna gently just give you that tomato, and you're welcome to add, as I said, when it comes to things from the earth, you can add as much as you want. Don't hold shy on that. Those are the things that help your digestive system, you to feel better throughout the day, you've been drinking, whatever it is. You ever wonder why when people get drunk, what do they want? A taco. There's a reason why. So let's look at what we're getting into. Now, I'm gonna take our fake cilantro, AKA spinach that we finely chopped. I really, really love spinach, guys, so I'm probably gonna do more than the regular. We're gonna add that right there. Beautiful, looking like a Christmas tree. I'm gonna take my alkaline, AKA my lime. What do you think I'm gonna do? Rick Ross says push it to the limit, but in this instance, we're gonna squeeze it to the limit. And we're gonna squeeze that right on top. And I'm gonna place that over there, but we're gonna do that. And there you guys have your first official, I guess, season 2 PiliPili Spices shrimp savory taco. Hey guys, and we're back. So I'm super excited for someone other than me to try this wonderful, simple, savory taco recipe that we made today. And as you know, we seasoned our shrimp with lots of PiliPili seasonings that help to bring out the flavor, but not like overshadow the shrimp and keep that seafood taste. As well, we have our tacos that we lightly toasted in the oven, tortillas. And then we have our shrimp on the bottom. We did our coleslaw on the top that was also lightly seasoned with PiliPili seasonings and some secret seasonings that you'll have to just dial back to watch. As well, then we topped it with some natural fats, which is our pear, aka avocado, just to give it a nice blend in with the heat, because remember we added that Cajun. Then we have our spinach here, that's our high source iron that we added in here with our squeeze of lime and some very juicy tomatoes. So none other, I have my, like, I don't want to say everything because she's getting mad at me, but she's very highly favored in my life, okay? And we are together the Eat Fruit Pod, and we eat fruit on your business, but as well, like, Killa's one of those people in life that just helps to keep me grounded and remind me the important things in life and not get caught up in all these things that we usually see. So I'm really excited for her to tell me how this dish tastes today, because she does not lie to me ever. And she will tell me what I need to be told. So definitely, she is the owner of Sant Lisi's Skin, as well as Icy Little Things. And you can just get your life together at bigkilla.com for A2U. So Killa, if you can come on over and just get my life together.
All right. Hello, hi there. Shrimp tacos. All right, what are we doing here? How quickly can I eat this? And also, I see there's great.
Would you like a bit more gravy?
I definitely.
Okay, so we made some with a bit more gravy, which, like, taco lovers, usually when you do the one from the pack, it will tell you, oh, fry out the meat till there's no gravy. But as you can see, Killa is appreciative of the gravy. So we're gonna take this here.
Sauce and the spices.
Can I put it anywhere? Can I just
like sprinkle that on top?
And I'm gonna give you some more
Maybe a little bit over here.
for this side.
But I like the drizzle that's happening right now.
All right, so I'm getting Killa some more gravy. We're drizzling it in all these sections. I just want to let you guys know the new improvements. All right, Killa, don't hold back. Let me know how it goes. And shout outs to PiliPili Spices, our kings, just bringing all this flavor together, because this dish would not be complete without them. So without further ado, Killa, just...
The way my head hurts because it smells so good in here, and I feel like I'm being, like, teased. It's a tease. Okay.
Don't you hate when that happens? Don't tease me. Just get to it.
Am I getting to it?
Get into it. Get to it. Fold it how you want. Do it how you want. Get right into it. I'm gonna sip this wine so you don't see my face.
That wine. You look wrong, woman. Sip that wine.
It just looks so good how you're just doing it burrito style. Did I pack it too much?
No, she needs to get in my belly, y'all. No fucking cost. I'm just letting all the different elements get together. So we have the PiliPili shrimp. And it has that little bit of zest to it. And the spice. Something that you use has a little bit of grip. And I love texture.
I can hear you crunching from here.
The coleslaw, obviously she does like her sweetness, a little bit of texture. We got that fat and that creaminess from the avocado. The spinach, I love her because she's healthy, and I'm a green food lover.
You are.
Oh my gosh, and the tomato just peeked in.
It cools down the Cajun a bit.
She also brightens it up. Oh my gosh, I love being a fat kid.
PiliPili.
PiliPili fat kid.
So what would you like? I know I probably added more black pepper than the usual. Is it like too much for you? What do you find about, like?
I like it hot.
I like it hot too.
I like it hot, it's cool.
Yeah, don't waste my time.
No. Make it hot, baby.
Make it hot. So you guys heard it here first. Killa doesn't have much to say other than crunching sounds, and
when I hit that tomato though.
It just brings it all together for you.
I turned the corner and I was like on that straightaway, and it was Jamaica 1, 2, 3. Take that.
Take that. Take that.
Like a Dylan. Because I spit hot fire.
Eat fruit and mind your business.
Eat the shrimp taco and mind your business, bro.
Guys, this is so good. I had to make my own. I was standing here watching her, and I was like, it can't happen this way. But I want to hop back in to remind you guys, Make sure you are buying and seasoning your food with PiliPili spices, and you can find that at www.pilipilispices.com. And as well, if you enjoyed this cooking experience with me and how to use your PiliPili spices the best in your meals, you can follow me, your girl, KayBlair, at Downtown World on Instagram, and that's TWNWRLD, and that's Don't Waste No Time with Negativity. As well, we have our girl here, Killa, and you are able to follow her at Big Killa, and that's 4 A's to you, all right? And don't ever forget, eat fruit, mind your business. This has been season 2, PiliPili Spices. We got our PiliPili shrimp tacos. We can barely talk. I gotta finish this. We gotta go. Have a great night. Deuces.